This is the PickBits Daily Signal for Wednesday, July 1st, your signal in the day's tech noise. Here's the lineup. 1. Madison Square Garden got hacked, and buried in the leak was a file with a name that says everything, facial recognition activists. 2. Google built an AI that speeds up real work, and this week it's suing to shut down the fraud ring that used that same AI to hit over 100,000 people. 3. Virginia just did something no other state has. It put a price tag on AI's power habit and billed it to the data centers instead of you. And 4, on the brighter side, Portugal just signed up 10 million people for AI-guided physical therapy, and the early number on wait times is one most health systems would kill for. Let's get into it. This is the PickBits Daily Signal. Story 1. Madison Square Garden got hacked this month, and 45 gigabytes of internal data ended up online. Most leaks like this are a dump of emails and spreadsheets nobody reads twice. This one had a file called facial recognition activists.docs, a running list of the specific people who'd publicly criticized MSG's facial recognition, their tweets and comments, collected and shared around inside the company. One of the names in that file is a privacy lawyer at the Electronic Frontier Foundation who found his own public criticism sitting in MSG's own surveillance paperwork. And this isn't MSG's first move like this.
His corporate adversaries.
Since June 2022, MSG Entertainment has used facial recognition to prevent attorneys from attending events if they work at law.
The target just moved from the people suing MSG to the people criticizing it out loud, and that's a wider net. MSG's own statement calls this normal litigation caution. I would call it an enemies list with extra steps. If your workplace runs any kind of biometric or badge watch list on the public, this is the week to ask who else inside your own company can actually see that data. Follow this one. The State Liquor Authority and the Manhattan DA are both now looking into whether MSG crossed a line. Story 2. We've been watching AI make scams more convincing for months now. This week the target flipped. Google sued a Chinese cybercrime ring called Outsider Enterprise, and the lawsuit says the ring built its whole operation on Gemini, Google's own AI. For $88 a week, no coding required, anyone could rent 290 pre-built phishing templates, fake toll bills, fake DMV notices, fake carrier alerts. Then they'd prompt Gemini to customize the code so a generic toll page suddenly looked exactly like your state's real one.
Any financial institutions look. The 290 templates were starting points. Gemini did the tailoring.
And the numbers that produced are truly hard to absorb.
Google detected.
Google's own filing says the plainest part out loud. Its own AI got used to industrialize this fraud. So Google is suing under racketeering and trademark law, with the FBI and all 3 major carriers helping shut it down, and an emergency worldwide order already in place. If you've gotten a text this spring about an unpaid toll or a delivery fee, don't tap it. Go straight to the real site instead. You may be one of the more than 100,000 people this ring already hit. And if you run fraud or trust and safety anywhere, this racketeering plus trademark plus FBI combination is now a template you can copy. Follow this one. The next operators are already watching how it plays out. Story 3. For weeks now, we've been tracking who actually pays to power the AI boom. FERC ordered grid operators to speed up hookups for data centers. And before that, a shuttered coal plant in West Virginia got restarted specifically to feed one. In almost every case so far, the bill quietly lands on regular ratepayers. This week, Virginia did something different. Buried inside its $205 billion budget is a new tax, just over a penny per kilowatt hour, charged directly to data centers for the electricity they use. And Virginia is the first state to write that into law rather than leave it to a utility commission.
That half of all data centers scheduled to open in 2026 will be delayed or canceled due to community resistance.
Virginia just gave that anger an actual price tag instead of a protest sign. The industry will tell you a tax like this just pushes the next data center to a friendlier state, and that's probably true for at least one project. But it was never going to be the data centers paying for this unless a law forced it. If you're building or siting a data center in Virginia, go check your exposure to the new rate now. And if you live in a state courting the same investment, send Virginia's per kilowatt hour structure to your own state legislator before your bill absorbs it by default. Story 4. And here's one for the other side of the ledger. Portugal's National Health Service just signed a contract with a company called Sword Health to cover 10 million residents, basically the whole country, with AI-guided physical therapy. Here's the actual job the AI does, and it's narrower than it sounds. A tablet and a sensor watch you do your prescribed exercises at home and correct your form in real time, while a real physical therapist sets the plan and checks in on you remotely. Portugal says it's already cutting physical therapy wait times by around 97%. I went looking for what this actually feels like day to day and found someone in the US who's used Sword through their own insurance.
Volume, but the volume was kind of annoying for me, so I turned it off. So yeah, as you see, it's showing me in.
He also said flat out the exercises felt generic, not built for his specific injury, which is exactly the kind of asterisk you'd want a supervised system to still have a human fix. That's the model worth copying. AI does the narrow, repetitive watching job. A clinician still owns the judgment calls. If you or someone you know is stuck on a physical therapy waiting list, send them this and ask their provider whether an AI-supervised option like Sword exists. 97% is a real bar to hold them to, so that's the day. MSG's dossier and Google's own AI getting weaponized against 100,000 people both remind you that a tool doesn't stay pointed where you aimed it. Virginia's tax is the first real attempt to make someone else absorb that cost for once. And Portugal's 97% is the number worth sending to anyone running a hospital system with a waiting list. That's the signal. I'll see you tomorrow.